जननी विनति तव मुझी आमुचा हृदयातरा भूल समाज जननी विनति तव मुझी आमुचा हृदयातरा मंगलामूर्ति अपुली मंगलामूर्ति अपुली श्री माताजी वंदु तव चरणा निर्मल है विश्व पुले योग का बदिला आशीर्वाद द्यामा वंदु तव चरणा निर्मल है विश्व पुले योग का बदिला श्री माताजी मुझे जीवन तब से वेद लागो जन्मो जन्मी हीच इच्छा मुझे जीवन तब से वेद लागो जन्मो जन्मी हीच इच्छा आपणाची चरण गंगा आमुच्या सहस्रारी राहो श्री माताजी वंदु तव चरणा निर्मल है विश्व पुले योग का बदिला आशीर्वाद द्यामा वंदु तव चरणा निर्मल है विश्व पुले योग का बदिला श्री माताजी श्री माताजी श्री माताजी
Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's session. This is the 16th session, I believe. I'm here with my co-host Timothy, and my name is Carmen. I hope you're all well. So tonight's session, we're focusing on the pure knowledge and the creativity that comes with that knowledge. So the source of which everything, all this knowledge can be found in our Swadhisthana chakra. As we clear away this chakra, as we let it become more of itself, these qualities start to manifest within us, within our personalities. In life, our attention is grabbed, it's demanded. There are advertisements everywhere on social media, in bus stations, in workplaces, and our attention is constantly shifting. And with these shifting moments, there are thoughts and feelings and sometimes actions, and we're constantly torn between different things. And actually, what we need in life is to slow down and to be silent and present and still. And within this silence and this presence, we can tap into something that is. It's all around us, it's within us, it's silence. We spoke about it briefly yesterday. And through this silence, we have an attention that is thoughtless. We can achieve it over the course of, well, it depends on the person. You can achieve it within a split second in meditation, or you can sit there for hours within it. It depends. But the point is, we need to work on our attention in order to get to this space within us. Yes. So basically, well, I'll give an example for me. When I meditate and I go into this silent space, all my thoughts, they cease even for a moment, and I can create something without the influence of anything else in the world. It's just pure. So when I create art of any kind, it becomes deeper and more meaningful because there isn't anything that's disrupting it. So speaking of artists, Sahil is leading tonight's session. He's a tabla player. For those of you that don't know what tabla is, it's, well, I mean, you know what? I'll get Sahil to explain it to you a little bit later, maybe after the session. He's 19 and he's here. So before we begin, I'm just going to ask that anyone that is new, that has never joined a session before, just send a message in the group chat and either Tim or I will tend to you. Okay, Sahil, take it away.
Hi, thanks, Carmen, for introducing me. And thanks for having me here tonight. So good evening, everyone. I'll be leading the session tonight. Today's the 16th day of the 21-day meditation series, and we'll be talking about the second energy center, which is the Swadhisthana chakra. But before we begin, we'll start off by raising our Kundalini and take a bandhan. If you're not familiar with this procedure, or if you're joining for the first time, that's okay. We can do this together. So we can put our left hand like this, and then we'll rotate our right hand clockwise. So 1 knot. We'll do this again. This time we'll tie 2 knots. 1, 2. And for the third time, this time we'll tie 3 knots. 2, 3. And now we'll take what's called a bandhan. So it's a protection to keep us protected. So we'll take our right hand from the left side, and we'll take it over our head to the right side and back, and we'll do this 7 times. So before we get into our topic and start talking about it, we'll start off with some balancing. I'm sure most of you will be familiar with this by now. So we'll try to settle our attention down. If there's any thoughts, try not to react to them. Just watch them pass by. So we'll keep our right hand on the Mother Earth, and we can say some affirmations. So here we can say, Mother Kundalini, please remove all my conditionings and thoughts about the past. Mother, please remove all my conditionings and thoughts about the past. Please clear my left channel. Again, if there are any thoughts, that's okay. Try not to react to them. Just witness them and let's watch them pass by. We'll take our right hand back on our lap and we'll put our left hand up towards the sky. So now here we'll meditate on the right channel. Here we can say, Mother, please remove any excessive heat within me. Please remove all the overactivity and thoughts about the future. Mother, please remove all the overactivity and all the thoughts about the future. Please keep me in balance. We can take our left hand back on our lap and we'll put our right hand on the heart. Here we can say, Mother, I'm the pure spirit. I'm not this body or this mind. I'm only a pure spirit. Mother, I'm only a pure spirit. While you're saying these affirmations, try to see if you can feel anything on your fingertips, on your hands. And remember these. We can move the right hand from the heart on the forehead, squeezing the forehead a tiny bit, not too much. And here we can say, Mother, I forgive. I forgive everyone and everything, including myself. Mother, I forgive. While you say this affirmation, try not to point out any individual people or some individual situation that you want to forget or forgive. Just forgive in general. Just forgive everyone and everything that's happened. We'll take that right hand and put it on top of our head. Spread the fingers out as much as you can and just place the palm on the top of your head. Rotating your hand 7 times, pressing as hard as you can, and rotating 7 times clockwise. And here we can say, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Shri, please bless me with my self-realization. You can take your hand back down on your lap. So just try to maintain this state. And anything you just felt now throughout the meditation, try not to think too much about it. Just remember what you felt. So, good evening everyone again. We'll start with our topic. So what we're going to talk about today is the second energy center within us.
With love, all kinds of creative action takes place. You see how Raulbai has love for me. And in this place, you all also got new ideas of creating a beautiful thing. And as love will increase, your creativity will develop. So the basis of all creativity of Saraswati is love. If there is no love, there is no creativity. It's even in the deeper sense. You see, people who have created all the scientific things are also out of love for the masses, not for themselves. Nobody has produced anything for themselves. If they make something for themselves, it has to become for universal use, otherwise it has no meaning. Even if you say atom bomb and all these things are created from science, they are also very protective. If they had not created those, people would not have taken out their minds from war. Now nobody can think of having a big war. Of course they are having cold wars, but that also will gradually stop when they will be fed up of it. So all the activity on the right hand side of Saraswati basically has to end up in love, starts with love and ends up in love. Whichever does not end up in love coils up and finishes up. It just disappears. So you can see that even matter which is not used for love just finishes up. The basis has to be love. Otherwise all such matter that we create, which has angularity, which is not fitting into the mass media, which is not appealing to the masses. Of course, it takes time. We have seen that it takes time. But it has that tendency always to disappear in the thin air as soon as you find it does not appeal to the masses. Now this love that we talk of, this great love of God we talk of, we know that it for definite through vibrations. People do not have vibrations, but still we can feel the vibrations in a very unconscious way. All the great paintings of the world have vibrations. All the great creative works of the world have vibrations. Only those who have vibrations have been sustained by time. Otherwise all other things are destroyed. There must have been monuments and horrible statues and horrible things that have been created long time back, but were all destroyed by nature, and they could not stand the impact of the kala, that is the destructive power of time. So all that is sustaining, all that is nurturing, all that is ennobling comes from this sense of love which is within us, very much developed, but within others also who are not yet realized. Ultimately the whole world has to realize that one has to go to that ultimate love of God, otherwise it has no meaning. Now you have seen in art, people have taken to other methods of appealing to people by using cheap things and very vulgar things, just to make people think that this is art. But this will all disappear. It cannot sustain the impact of the time, as I told you. It cannot, because the time will kill it. All these things have to disappear. And already you can see the result, how things are changing everywhere, even in the West. So there is no need to be so much disappointed with the West and to say that the Western world is a wasteland. It is going to be all right, and it has to be done. Especially it has done a lot of puja of Saraswati, I should say, in the West. Much more that they have done in India, because they have gone to learning, they have tried to find out so many things. But only thing they forgot, that it is a goddess of learning. Everything comes from the goddess, that's what they forgotten. And that's why all the problems have been created. If there is no spirit in your learning, if there is no source of the goddess in your learning, then it is absolutely useless. If they had realized that there is the spirit that is working it out, they would not have gone that far. And that's what I was warning the Indians all through, that you are now taking to industrial revolution in a way. And to avoid all the complications of industrial revolution, you must try to know the spirit. If you do not know the spirit, you will have the same problems as these people had, because they are also human beings, you are also human beings. You will go the same way, at random you will run, and there will be problems, the same problems as the Western people have suffered. Now, Saraswati's blessings are so many that one cannot describe in such a short time. And the Surya has given us so many powers that it is impossible to tell them even in one lecture, even in 10 lectures. But how we go against Surya and how we go against Saraswati while doing the worship of Saraswati is to be seen very clearly within ourselves. For example, the Western people are very fond of Surya because they have no Surya with them. But they go too far with it, as you know, and create complications within themselves of Surya. But the main thing that one has to achieve through Surya is the light within. Is the light within. And if Surya chakra at the Agya level is occupied by Lord Jesus Christ, then it is even more essential that the purity of life, what we call niti, is the morality of life. The morality itself has become very much sort of an argument in the West. People don't have any sense of absolute morality. On vibrations, of course, you know. But they have gone all against it. Those who are the worshippers of Jesus, those who are the worshippers of the Surya, of the Saraswati, have all gone against the powers of Surya. just disobeying it. Because you cannot be a Surya if you do not have a proper sense of morality and holiness. The Surya itself brings light. You see everything. So many qualities Surya has got. It dries up everything that is wet, dirty, filthy. It dries up all these places which create parasites. But so many parasites are created in the West. Not only parasites, but there are horrible cuts and horrible things which have come into those countries, which is supposed to be full of light. And in that darkness, they exist. Darkness about their spirit, darkness about their own knowledge, and darkness about love. These three things have taken over in the places where you are supposed to love light. Light doesn't mean what you see with your gross eyes. Light means from within, the light of love. That one should understand. Light of love. And it's so soothing, it's so sweet, it's so beautiful, it's so enamoring, it's so abounding that unless and until you can feel that light within you, that light which is of pure love, of purity, pure relationships, pure understanding, if you can develop that kind of a light within yourself, then the whole thing will be cleansed. Wash me and I shall be whiter than snow. This is what happens to you when you are completely cleansed. The purest form of nature is within us. The purest form of nature is within us. Our chakras are made out of that purest form of nature. We are the only people who are spoiling it by our mental thinking. Again, the same Saraswati's work. We are going against Saraswati itself. Saraswati cleanses all that is impure in nature, while with our brain activity we are spoiling all that. All our brain activity goes against pure intelligence. And that's what one has to understand, that this pure intelligence is not to be soiled by our thinking. Our thinking can make us so bumptious, so ego-oriented, so impure, that we can really eat the poison and say, what's wrong? Just the opposite of Saraswati. If Saraswati is within us, she gives us subuddhi, wisdom. And that's why to worship Saraswati, to worship Surya, we must have that clear vision as to what we have to be, what we are doing, what filth we are living in, what our mind is getting into. After all, we are here for emancipation and not for just pampering our ego and living with our filth that is with us. So this light should come within us and we should try to rise above our own mental filth which is being created around us. So in your judgment, what is there? There is no pure knowledge. So see how connected they are. Vibrations, which is love. And also the other thing which you have to have is the knowledge, the pure knowledge, the true knowledge. We can say that pure knowledge and true knowledge is like the energy, like electricity. And the way you feel it, the way you understand it, it exists, that is love. People don't understand also what is the love is. They get mad after someone and say that, Mother, I think that I'm in love with that person. And after 5 days they'll come and say, Mother, no, I won't have anything to do with that person. Why? Because you have not got the pure knowledge. You did not feel the pure knowledge in that person through your vibrations. Now see how connected it is. Like we can say the sun and the sunlight. What is the difference between the two? Sun is there When sun comes, there is sunlight. So what is the difference? Or we can say the moon and the moonlight. What is the difference? There is no difference in these two things. One is the moon and another is the light. So all these things are very, very confusing, that we don't understand how confused we are about it, and we don't understand how our vibrations can mislead us. Because vibrations are there, all right, but sometimes even if they are missing, just to justify yourself, you will say, we have vibration. And we feel that it's very good, excellent. And later on, you will discover that it's not so. So, even now, when we are realized souls, we should know what is encompassing us, which is around us, what is that which makes us feel that it's all right, it is good, we should have it. Once we start understanding that vibrations of pure knowledge are of a very different nature, then you are not attached to that person, you are not attached to that family, you are not attached to that country, nothing. But what you feel is the pure vibrations coming to you. This is the point which is very confusing. When you say my vibrations are good, I like those vibrations, and while you jump into the ocean of filth. Many people have asked me, Mother, why is it sometimes we make mistakes? You do not make mistakes. It's your ignorance which is darkness. And that's why whenever you plunge into it, you fall into trouble. So, to understand that our knowledge has to be completely clear.
So we'll just try to maintain that state of meditation and really try to take in what Sri Mataji just spoke about now. The qualities of the Swadhisthana Chakra and how they should be manifested within us. So as I mentioned before, the quality of the left Swadhisthana, the left channel, is pure desire, and that's something pure desire is something, as I said, is something that's good and beneficial for our spiritual ascent. It's the urge to do what's better for our spiritual ascent than to focus on the materialistic side. And it's very difficult in this day and age, and it's very understandable. The kind of lifestyle we're living in, the situation we're going through. It can be hard to just focus on our individual being, our spirit, and then to and to kind of go with the flow with the other part of life, social life, whether it be problems you might be having at work, or just work life, or if you're a student, your studies, all the stress that comes with it. It's pretty difficult in this day and age to kind of cope with all of that, and that's why we do this meditation, and that's why we'll go into a deeper meditation now. really trying to focus on all these qualities and letting go of any thoughts you may have of anything else, your family, your kids, your work life, social life, anything that you might be worried about or thinking about. Let's just try to leave that for now and focus on our spiritual ascent, our spirit. To do this, can we go back to the previous slide, please? So, as you might remember from yesterday, Vani introduced the concept, which is called mantras. So we have affirmations, and then we also have mantras, and these are basically techniques we use in meditation and to clear out any problems, any negativities that we may have at a certain chakra or a certain channel, and that's what we'll do today. So we'll just keep our left hand on, we'll keep our right hand on our left swadhisthana, just at the lower abdomen. And we can say here in our heart, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Please give me pure desire. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Please bless me with the pure desire. If you don't remember the format Vani talked about, the mantra format from yesterday, you can look at the slide we have up here. So the basic format is written there, and then we also have a table under it with the deity's name in front, with the chakra and the meaning of the name. So now that we're at the left swadhisthana, we'll say the mantra to Shri Nirmal Vidya. So we'll just say the same format, Om Tameva Sakshat, Shri Nirmal Vidya Sakshat, and the rest. Om Tameva Sakshat, Shri Nirmal Vidya Sakshat, Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. So as you can see on the slide, the translation or the meaning of the deity's name is quite literal. So Nirmal meaning pure, and Vidya meaning knowledge, and which is the quality of this chakra, the center, pure knowledge. So we'll just meditate on this chakra. Try to see if you can feel anything on your left hand. So on your hands, the left swadhisthana chakra is on your left thumb of your hand. So try to see if you can feel any cool breeze, or even if you feel any tingling, any warm vibrations, anything hot. Don't think about it, just see if you can feel anything. We'll put our right hand on our lap, and then we'll put our left hand on the right swadhisthana. And the deity here is Shri Nirmal Chitta, meaning Nirmal meaning pure, and Chitta meaning attention. So pure attention, which is the quality of this chakra. So we'll say the mantra. Om Tameva Sakshat, Shri Nirmal Chitta Sakshat, Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Here we can say an affirmation. So in our heart, you can say, Mother, please purify my attention. Mother, please remove any negativities and any impure attention within me. And please purify my attention. Lastly, we'll take our left hand back on our lap and put the right hand at the central Swadhisthana. And the deity here is Shri Brahmadeva Saraswati. So Brahmadeva is the creator of the universe as it's known. And Saraswati is the goddess of knowledge, the goddess of creativity. So we can say the mantra to Shri Brahmadeva Saraswati. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Brahmadeva Saraswati Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Here we can pray. Mother, please keep me in balance. Please keep me in balance. Please remove any imbalances, any negativities from my center Swadhisthana chakra. And please keep me in balance. So there's several ways to clear out these specific chakras, like every other chakra. So for the right Swadhisthana, it's placed near the liver. The liver is surrounded by it. And if you feel any tingling on your right thumb, or if you feel any warm vibrations, or if you just feel like your attention's not settled, you're constantly thinking, you're feeling overactive, you can just do a foot soak, even for 5-10 minutes in cold water. So I'm sure you by now you would know how to do a foot soak. So just some cold water in a bucket and some salt in it. And you can just try to give a bandhan to your right Swadhisthana. So bandhan is just moving your hand clockwise around that chakra. And you can repeat the affirmation we said before, and that is, Shrimataji, please purify my attention. You sometimes can also, feel your liver is quite heavy, or you're feeling a lot of heat coming from that side. So you can do the same. You can give vibrations to that chakra, and you can pray, Mother, please cool down my liver. Please cool down my liver. So even 10 to 15 minutes of foot soak can actually be very beneficial. And for your left Swadhisthana, we do what's known as a candle treatment. I'm sure you've been introduced this to before. If you're not, it's a very simple treatment. You can just take a candle, a tea light candle, in a dish or a bowl, and then you can just rotate it around your left Swadhisthana chakra in a clockwise direction, and you can do it for 3 to 4 minutes, and that's fine. And then you repeat the affirmation while you're doing it. And again, that's, Shrimataji, please bless me with pure knowledge. Please bless me with pure knowledge and pure desire. So depending on how you feel on either chakra, you can do one of these treatments. So sometimes on your left side, so as you know, the left channel, you may feel very lethargic, or you might just feel tired. You might not want to do anything. At that time, you can just do a few minutes of silent meditation. Do the balancing that we taught you, and then just do this candle treatment, and then you'll definitely feel a difference. And same with the right hand. If you're feeling very overactive, if you're feeling quite a lot of heat, you find that you're thinking a lot, then you can just do foot soak for 10 minutes, and you'll feel a difference. So now, moving on, we'll listen to a short video from Shrimataji, where she talks about creativity again. She talks about music, dance, and art, and how this has an impact on us and our spiritual ascent.
These musicians, all of them, are so young, we must have seen, and one is a blind fellow. And with realization, they became so dynamic. So now they want to play for me and sing for me, because they got it, you see. And the one who has composed it was a chartered accountant. He never knew any Urdu or any, poetical language, but he's become a poet. Yes, it's a devotional music. And a devotional music, if it's sung by people who are realized souls, reaches your heart, reaches your kundalini also, and helps a lot to awaken them. So if these are all realized souls who were there, the dancer, everybody. The dancer was playing the rhythm, and the rhythm is a divine rhythm, because she's now become a realized soul. She's connected with the divine. So when she dances, she creates a divine rhythm. And when these people sing, they also sing a divine devotion. Otherwise, without connection, if you sing the praise of God, it doesn't reach God, because you are not connected. Like a telephone which is not connected. If you start telephoning, your telephone gets spoiled. So for devotion also, you should be connected with God. So as they are connected with the divine, the music emits vibrations, what you call the divine vibration. As a result, it creates an atmosphere for people to receive the realization. It becomes much easier for me to give realization, because the atmosphere cleanses out, and people also get ready for realization. because they are realized souls, all of them are. So this is the reason why I was very happy they could manage to come. They are all professionals and they have agreed to come here and do it for just to help me in Sahaja Yoga. And also you'll be surprised that this music is very difficult. Indian music is a very difficult music. It's not easy for people to sing unless until you go into big practices. But it's so amazing that when people get realization, all these people who are Western people from 40 countries, they all can sing these songs with same depth and with same understanding without making any mistakes, even in pronunciation. Otherwise it is so difficult to pronounce Sanskrit. Even Indian language is so difficult that they could not even pronounce one sentence properly. And now the whole song, Sanskrit song, any song they sing so well. And if you close your eyes, you won't believe that they are foreigners who are singing, who have never known this language before. So something has gone dynamically new in them that they just pick it up and sing so well.
So would you consider that music has become part of the meditation method?
Of course, very much. Music is a divine gift to human beings. It's a divine gift. We call it starts with Omkara. Means the first word as that was we call as Logos. It starts with that. And that's the proof of it. Because when they get their realization, how is it they know such a difficult language and such difficult tunes and so correctly as they can sing? It's very surprising. So music is a very inner part, dancing, music, all art is very much connected with the divine. Now we have had many artists who have been realized souls. We can say Michelangelo was a realized soul. And the way he painted it emits vibrations. You see, if you see Mona Lisa done by Leonardo da Vinci, it has vibrations, it gives you vibrations. Those people who were realized souls like Mozart, when you play Mozart, you get vibrations out of it. You can feel them. On your fingertips you can feel them. So there are musicians who are realized souls. Also artists, also people like Abraham Lincoln was a realized soul, Gorbachev is a realized soul, he is also a sage. So when these people are there, how will you make them out? As she was asking me, you have to just put your hands towards them and you can feel it.
So in that video, Shimaji was talking about how music and basically all art forms play a huge role in Sahaja Yoga meditation. And as I mentioned before, and as Shimaji also mentioned in her speech, realized souls, whenever you hear something that's created or played by a realized soul, like music for example, it automatically feels different. You can feel your kundalini rise up. You can feel, very nice vibrations on your fingertips. I'll give you an example, different types of music, different types of musicians can also, sometimes play an impact on, your different channels as well. So one example I can give you is, as Shimaji mentioned, Mozart. So Mozart was a realized soul. And if you listen to Mozart, if you listen carefully, like not the music, but just listen to calm yourself down, you can actually, feel vibrations on your left channel, on your left swadhisthana, your left channel. And whereas Bach, who's also a German musician, a pianist, if you listen to him, you can actually feel, vibrations, a cool breeze on your right hand. So that way, realized souls, their music or their art, even like Michelangelo was also a realized soul. So as Shimaji mentioned, his artwork, if you see it, you can actually feel vibrations there as well. So these creative art forms really play a huge impact, huge role in Sahaja Yoga. And obviously, as you go deeper in through your journey in Sahaja Yoga, you'll be able to understand it better. So now we'll just meditate for a few more minutes. We won't say any affirmations or any mantras. We'll just sit quietly in meditation. And we'll have music on the side. And you don't have to worry about, identifying any notes, any patterns or anything. Just listen to the music and just try to calm yourself down. Try to get rid of all your thoughts and see if you can feel a difference. And we can close our eyes, but if you feel you can't, your attention isn't staying, you can look at Shimalaji's picture on the screen. You can look at the red spot on her forehead and try to cool your attention down. Try to get rid of all your thoughts that way. I hope that music helped you calm yourself down, calm your thoughts down, and maintain that meditative state. One thing I would like to add, as Shimadaji also mentioned in that talk we listened to, is if you work on your chakras, if you meditate, and if you're a realized soul, you get your self-realization. It actually, to an extent, might become easier. For if you want to learn something new, and you feel your creativity will, the level of your creativity will rise a lot. And as she was talking about learning music, and all different people of all different nationalities sing the same language. So that's also to say creativity doesn't have a language. It's just about as a realized soul, as someone who's getting their realization as a Sahaja Yogi, it's really about balancing your chakras out. If you feel any imbalances, clearing them out, and then you'll really feel a difference. So like what you just listened to when we were meditating was a piece from Indian classical music, and there's really no language, as I mentioned, to any art form. Like you can't categorize like a painting or music. You can't add a language to it. It's just it's a universal thing. It's just about your own creativity, and it's just about if you're balanced, if your chakras are awakened, if those specific chakras, so your left Swadhisthana, central, right Swadhisthana, are awakened and balanced, then you really feel a difference in your level of creativity and anything else you try to do. So with that, I think we'll finish off for today. So as always, we'll finish off by raising our Kundalini and putting ourselves into Bandha. I hope you enjoyed the session tonight and felt something. And even if you didn't feel anything, or if you felt just tingling or warm breeze the whole time, that's completely alright. There's nothing you need to worry about. It's just something that will come with time and with patience. So that this journey is different for everyone. It's a very individual thing. For some people, they might feel it straight away in their first session. For some people, it might take, weeks or days. So it really depends. There's nothing you need to worry about. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to let any of us know. And thank you for being here tonight.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, Sahil, for that session. Despite the technical difficulties, I think it went quite well. Yeah, I won't keep everyone too long just because we've gone for quite a while, again, due to the technical difficulties. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on a few things about what Sahil was saying, just more the important stuff with, so Sahil mentioned very briefly about using a candle to clear the Swadhisthana specifically, but also just in general, some of the other chakras. And yeah, so I don't know if anyone else has gone over this already, but I'll just go over it again. So Sahil briefly mentioned it, but basically what you want to do is if you just get a candle, any type of candle. So right here, for example, I've just got a very small tea light candle, and you light it, and basically you just like how Sahil was showing with, rotating the hand clockwise around the chakras. You do the exact same thing with the candle. You light it, and you just go around the chakra like this, and you just clear it out in the same way. I will say that the candle is mainly used for the left side. So because it can help us to, bring ourselves out of maybe a lethargic or left-sided state. It's not, as a general rule, I wouldn't use the candles on the right side or any of the right side chakras, just because you can start to overheat your right side very quickly. And then, it can lead to another imbalance and you swing all the way this way. So yeah, just if you, candling is an amazing treatment, similar to like foot soaking as well. And yeah, so feel free to, use that technique to clear out the Swadhisthana on the left side. Yeah, what else? Amazing talks. I think Sahil is a really good, good individual to actually be doing this presentation today, just as Carmen was saying, because he's, so he plays this Indian classical instrument. It's from the north of India. It's called a tabla. And he's been playing, I think it's for 7 years now. And he's one of the senior most students of Jay Tabgar, who's a tabla player in Melbourne. And yeah, needless to say, Sahil's an amazing tabla player. But yeah, so just on that topic, Sahil, I wanted to ask you if you could just share like any small experience that you have with your Swadhisthana chakra and its relation to how your practice and your music journey is.
Yeah, a good question. Actually, so, it's I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but so your Swadhisthana chakra and your Agya chakra actually they work together at some points. So like, when I was saying, try to balance your attention without thinking your thoughts. So the thought process, the state of thoughtless awareness, that's all from here. And so no thinking, so like, yeah, with my music, I think it's, there's times, as I said, there's, it's hard to, balance all different parts of our life. So like, I'm a student myself, I'm a uni student. So, during most parts of the year, there'll be, a stressful environment, there'll be exams, assignments, studies, everything. But then music plays a really big part in that part of my life. Also, not just as a break between my study sessions, but also something I use to balance myself, to balance that Swadhisthana chakra, because I can really tell when I'm stressed out, I can really feel my Agya chakra and my left Swadhisthana in particular, and in those situations, I just, as Tim mentioned, I just do a short candle treatment. And then I practice for a while, 1 hour, however long I feel so. And then after that, I do a short silent meditation, and then that really helps me cool down. So it really depends on how you're feeling, and yeah. So I think that's one way I use music.
Awesome, nice. Yeah. So yeah, Yeah, good answer. So yeah, so like I said, yeah, very good points made. Yeah, some of us are like anyone who is here today watching might want to make a point of maybe trying to listen to other kinds of music, like Sahil was mentioning like some Western classical music, some Mozart, Bach, Beethoven, like all realized souls and all very like amazing musicians. And yeah, even I mean, a lot of the music that we play for these programs is a lot of Eastern and Indian classical music. Yeah, maybe give that a try and just see how it makes you feel, see how it changes your mood. I feel personally with me a lot of the time when like when I listen to music that might be a bit intense or a bit like if it's rap or something, or it's very intense music, then it can change my mood on the inside, and it's not always a good thing. And so I feel like listening to something like Indian classical music or Eastern music or any Western classical music can be really helpful just in general, like throughout the day, to keep a really nice inner state and keep my attention. Yeah. So anyways, like I said, I won't keep everyone too long. If there's any questions that anyone has, please feel free to put on the WhatsApp group, and either myself or Carmen or another experienced yogi will get back to you and as soon as possible. Yeah, I think that's about it. Hope everyone had a good session, and I might leave it there for today. Hold on, yeah, I might leave it there for today. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming, and we will see you tomorrow for the next day. Yeah, thank you. See everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. We apologize for the technical difficulties again. I doubt, it's very unlikely that anything like that will happen again, which means that you'll be able to relax and enjoy the programs as per usual. Thank you, Sahil. You did so well. You maintain your grace throughout this all. And that's basically it. Thank you. If you have any questions or would like to maybe even hear some recommendations, please just message us on the WhatsApp group, or if it's something a little bit more personal, you're welcome to message either Timothy or myself. Okay. Good night, everyone, or good day, depending on where you are in the world. And goodbye.